Good morning everyone. I spent the night at the Green Dragon Inn here in Hardraw. I slept extremely well. I had a nice meal, gammon steak, before I went to bed. They provided breakfast in the morning, so I'm going to have that. But first I'm going to go and check out these falls at Hardraw, the tallest ones in England. And then I'm going to have the complimentary breakfast and get on my way to Keld. So I've been staying in the rooms attached to the pub, and it's through there you get to the waterfall. You can also pay at the bar because this waterfall is privately owned. So here in this natural amphitheatre is Hardraw Falls. It's the longest unbroken waterfall in England, over 100 foot. It's flowing with quite a lot of force today. It's been featured in the film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where I think Robin Hood was bathing in the falls and Maid Marian sees him. Hardraw is an Old English word, which means shepherd's dwelling, or where the shepherd stays. So that gives another indication of just how old this little area is. All the little buildings there that's now just got picnic tables in them, or even just a bench. At one point someone put all those stones there for a reason. Okay, I'm heading back down to the Green Dragon Inn now at Hardraw, and I'd just like to point out that parts of this bar date from the 14th century. So let's see if you can tell if it looks that old when we get inside it.
Hello, little pubcat. It's a camera. Were you by the fire? Yeah.
Now that cat doesn't date from the 14th century. Right, I'm about to leave the Green Dragon Inn. I've had a really nice breakfast, complimentary. I had orange juice, cereal, toast, bacon butty, hot tea, hot chocolate and some coffee, and that was included in the £35 I paid for the room, so it's been an absolutely fantastic deal here. You can just see the banner out front. I've always noticed there's a Green Dragon, there's also a white rose for Yorkshire on it. That's quite interesting, I didn't actually notice that there. Hands are shaking a little bit because it's quite cold out, so I'm going to glove up, I'm going to get going, and I'm going to start climbing Great Shunner Fell. I'm climbing out of Wensleydale now, up this bridle way. You can see it's still quite foggy and cloudy. It's actually very, very lightly snowing on me. Just down there there's actually another track called Herncoal Road, and it's a very old track that used to take into a coal mine that would be over in that direction. It's long since closed. So that's one of the things I always find interesting about walking across dells and moorland and places in England. Even though you can't see a great deal of anything really. I mean, just across the valley I can see a lodge that you probably won't be able to make out. I mean, hundreds of years ago, maybe 1,000 years ago, there have been a lot of people living up in these hills, all doing different things. And then, even further back than that, this would have all been forest. I'm much higher up on Great Shunner Fell now, and behind me you can see the way I've come. It's not too bad, but looking ahead, see, there's going to be a lot more snow. It's going to be a lot less visibility. following these cairns because it's fairly marshy and it's hard to see the path. You can see I'm following like a little trail. This little thing with a frozen little puddle at the bottom is a shake hole. You see ordnance survey maps littered with these things, and basically it's just a small subsidence in the ground, leaving a tiny little hollow. Usually find them in groupings. Uh-oh. Just to give you an idea how cold and windswept it is up here, just look at all these plants that have blown over and get so heavy with the frost. Massive long shards of ice. Almost at the top of Great Shunner Fell now. Been walking through some quite deep snowdrifts. I've got to this fence and wow, look at this fence. Look at the ice on it and the style. Yeah, there's quite a wind up here, isn't there? Ooh, cold on my hands. Top of Great Shunner Fell. I'm by a windbreak, which is it's like a big stone. So whichever way the wind's blowing from, you can find one of the quadrants to sit down in and be relatively wind free. It's been quite tough today. Is that ice on my chin? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's been really tough today. Quite cold. But my body's warm. I'm wearing my base layer, then this grey fleece, and a bigger fleece, and this windproof on top. So I've got 4 layers on. Over halfway, so I've done the worst of it. Before I got to the fence and I saw I was at the top, I was thinking, oh, I should go back. But now I've got up, so I need to just get down into Thwaite, and that's most of the day done. Then it's just like an hour or so from Thwaite to Keld. No big climbs today. This is it. So yeah, let's have a snack here and then get down from this mountain. Hiya! Oh wow, I did the entire fence. That's actually very satisfying. I'm going to wander around Thwaite in the Yorkshire Dales. It's a nice little village. I'm probably going to have a hot lunch somewhere now. Get myself warmed up before heading on to Keld. I'm going to try for a hot lunch here at the Kitten Country Hotel. But before I do, I'm going to take my boots off. Put them in this boot cover I carry with me. Get on just some sandals, just so I don't muddy up their nice carpets. We just had an all-day breakfast and hot chocolate here at the Kitten Country Hotel. It's also got rooms available, but I'm pushing on to Keld. It's actually one of the most delicious hot chocolates I've ever had in my entire life. Essentially, it was a tall glass of really warm milk, and then they give you real Belgian chocolate on a stick, and you just put the stick in and twirl it around and make your own hot chocolate out of it. And then of course you had lots of marshmallows, a cookie, and a big blob of cream for yourself to put on. And yeah, it was absolutely delicious. Climbed right up out of the valley. See it over there. And I'm back up with the snow. So it's very, very light snow. It's nothing too bad. Nothing like Great Shunner Fell. As you can probably see right over there, just beyond the clouds. Oh. Yeah, I could have done without that extra climb today. Yeah, if I'd known Great Shunner Fell was so bad, I would have stopped in Thwaite. But I'm already booked into Keld. So let's make the best of it and let's try and get there. My hat's slowly falling over my eyes. There it goes. No, I can't see a thing. See the snow falling around the sign for the Pennine Way? Oh, I'm actually heading to Keld, a fifth of a mile. So it's just up over there. Today has been longer than I thought. It's been cold, a little bit wet. It's kind of annoying actually because on this section of the Pennine Way, the road goes in a direct route between Hardraw and Keld through Thwaite, and the Pennine Way takes a path which is twice as long, and it took you over Great Shunner Fell, which is covered in snow. So, well, I guess it wouldn't be interesting walking along the road, would it? I always enjoy walking through little hamlets like this. This here is Keld in Yorkshire, in the Yorkshire Dales National Park. So here's my accommodation for the night, Keld Lodge, looking out over this valley. I've actually stayed in this lodge before. I'm taking my socks off, by the way. The last time I stayed here, it was a youth hostel, and in 2006 they put it up for sale, and it was bought by this couple who currently run it, and it's a great little place, very friendly. They take you to your room. There's a drying room, so my boots and my wet clothes are actually in the drying room right now, and I get free breakfast in the morning, so that's always a good thing. Right, I'm feeling pretty knackered, so I'm gonna get a good night's sleep.